All right, y'all. Welcome, man. Welcome in, Patreon. Thank y'all so much. I hope you're watching Churchy. Stream that up for your boy.
Today.
Tony. Today. As I live and breathe. All right. Welcome to the Ball Brothers podcast with Kev on stage and
Tony Baker.
Tony Baker, man. We just made this podcast up because we're friends and we wanted to do a podcast together. And I don't care how many podcasts there are in the world. Watch another one. Listen to another one. There's never enough content in the world.
We back up in this.
All right, today's episode, we kicking it off. We are ranking, and we ranking them
Okay.
from
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
With the side.
everyone.
Spinoffs.
Movies?
In this. With
Yeah,
the
yeah.
spinoffs. The spinoffs included?
Spinoffs included.
Okay.
Top 10. Top 10? Top 5?
Wait, is it?
Is there enough for 10?
If we ranking all of them, we just rank them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're ranking Rocky villains. Do you got it queued up? You got all the villains queued up?
I know the villains.
You know the villains? All right,
Yeah.
let's hear it, man.
I got it.
Let
in my
Tony
brain.
lead this,
But
man.
I'm fumbling the names on the Creed joints.
Wait, we talking about, oh, you mean?
That's what I mean.
I mean where Rocky is the fighter.
Oh, okay, all right. So just
Rocky is the fighter.
Oh, I know all these fighters. Okay.
No. No, because he didn't fight. Oh, you mean the last one that he fought? Yes, but not Adonis Creed.
We're not doing Creed.
No, although Jonathan Majors' villain was great, but
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
just Rocky's villain.
Just the Rock. We
Just
ranking the
Rocky-
Rocky villains.
Rocky villains in the Rocky movies.
Okay. Let's get it.
All right. Well, first up, who we got? Let's
Okay.
just get the names out.
We're going to name them all.
All right.
Apollo Creed.
Oh snap! He is the villain.
Yeah.
He becomes the friend.
For the first two, is him.
I totally forgot because
Yeah.
they become friends.
Right. Apollo
Dang, I'm
Creed.
all messed up already. Because Creed is a villain in the first two.
Apollo Creed is the Rocky villain.
And y'all forget Rocky lost in Rocky 1.
Yep.
He did so good, we
lost to the
forget.
villain.
He lost. That's why Creed was pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay, Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed twice.
Okay.
Clubber Lang.
Oh, I love Clubber. Okay.
Drago.
Yep.
Tommy.
I hated Tommy.
Tommy Gunn.
He turned his back on Rocky. Fought him in the alley. Bare knuckle fisticuffs.
Big knuckle.
All right.
And what's his name? It's not Antonio Tarver, is it?
It is Tarver.
And that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wait. Wasn't there like 7 movies?
No, Rocky Balboa was the last Rocky.
So he fought Creed in 1 and 2, Clubber
Yep.
Lane.
He
the
also
beginning of
fought
3.
Hulk Hogan in Rocky 3. If you want to get technical.
Let's throw Hogan in there at the bottom. So 3 is Clubber Lane is the early
Yeah.
villain. No, Clubber Lane is the villain in 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because Clubber Lane was
Clubber Lang was going for the jugular.
He
He
was.
wasn't. No, I ain't gonna be your friend after this. I ain't Apollo Creed. Now I ain't your friend. I'll show your wife a good time. I'll show Adrian what a real man look like. Rocky Balboa. You tell Adrian to come on down to where I'm at.
Creed, Clubber Lane is who Rocky becomes in Rocky 4. Because he got to get out the mud in Rocky 4 in Russia.
Yeah.
Clubber Lane was in the basement with no equipment.
Right.
Rocky was all Ferrari'd out.
He was rich then.
He was
This is before what's his
fur
name?
coats and
Squandered
stuff.
the money.
Before he squandered the money.
Man.
Clubber Lane was like, man, Big
Yeah.
James Cleveland.
Big James Cleveland, dog.
Okay.
Clubber Lang, man.
Okay.
Shout out to Mr. T.
All right, so let's go bottom up,
Okay.
right?
Tommy is at the bottom. Let's get it out the way.
Even worse
right
than
here,
we
right.
got to keep Talk Hogan in
Oh,
the exhibition.
Tommy,
Even Tommy for that.
Tommy, then Hulk Hogan, and then.
Why you hate Tommy so bad?
I mean, it was just Rocky 5 is just bottom tier, easily the worst Rocky, easily the worst Rocky, and it was just like I just didn't like how he turned on Rocky.
It didn't feel like it didn't feel like it was warranted.
No, it wasn't.
Like I was like,
There
hey,
was no build up to it. There was nothing to make it believable why Tommy would turn on Rocky.
yeah. I was just like, wait, what? Why?
Yeah, right. It
Looks
was
like
just
you
like,
right here in the streets. The people, it's like a Street Fighter background. People was like,
yeah,
in the back.
Touch me in our suit.
Oh, now that part was funny. Touch me in our suit. He looked just like Don King.
He did. Touch me in
All
our
right,
suit.
you got Tommy at the very bottom, including Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, no disrespect to Tommy in real life. He passed away, rest in peace. But man,
Get him out.
Get him up out of here.
With
man.
all that being said, get him the hell out of here. All right, who's next? It got to be Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, man.
Yeah.
That was silly. That was a circus in that movie. What the hell is going on here? And then you don't realize how big Hulk Hogan is until you see him with a normal, shorter.
Yeah.
You know, Sylvester Stallone was not tall, but when we see Hulk Hogan, growing up watching Hulk Hogan, them other wrestlers was big.
Yeah.
And you see him fight Andre the Giant. Hulk Hogan looked minuscule.
He is the David in that
man.
equation.
But then when you see Hulk Hogan in the Rocky ring, you like, wait, Hulk Hogan is that tall? Lord have mercy.
Hulk Hogan came in with the body with the sides from the jump.
Man,
I was a kid. I was like, he's really confident.
He was like, look, there's nothing in the middle in the upper back.
When he was in court, he had his professional black do-rag. He said, I can't go with the red and yellow Hulkamania for court. It's serious. I got to get the tablecloth black.
Remember he was coloring his
for Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Like, all right, man, look out, man.
Can't with the.
We know what you do.
Oh, brother, Your Honor, saying I'll see you in your chambers.
Your Honor, brother, I'm a woman. I know, sister, brother. Listen, the case in question, brother.
Oh, snap. All right, so Hogan's he's second worst. So we got to go Tarver next, right?
Tarver, yeah.
Tarver, he's just not really memorable as a villain.
No.
He's just a real boxer that I knew was a boxer.
Yeah.
But story-wise, I was just like, cool, man,
Well,
Antonio Tarver.
It's cool they got a real boxer, and it was like, but there was really no real beef on it.
No.
It was just like they said, Rocky could statistically beat you.
And it was just like,
and then just like, I'll take him on, and then exhibition.
That was
it was an exhibition.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care at all,
Stakes
man.
was low.
I was just watching Rocky because I watched Rocky.
Right.
I didn't even have a phone. I was looking at my phone in the future. I was like, this is going to be crazy, man.
And it was a nice redemption from Rocky V.
It was better than Rocky. I remember Rocky
Absolutely.
V was like, not only is it a bad movie.
Yeah.
Rocky IV is my personal favorite Rocky movie.
Mine too.
The drop-off made 5 feel way worse.
Yeah.
Because you have Drago. The Cold War, we was really afraid of Russia at that time. It was always like, the war pig, Cuba.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Stakes was high.
Cold
man.
War wasn't that far away.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I don't know how many years was it in between 4 and 5?
4 and 5?
Because he comes home in that movie, and Paulie's lost all their money.
Yes. Rocky V was 1990. Rocky IV was 87.
Okay, so it's not long enough to be that bad.
No.
But
because they had gaps like that in between, like, I think it was a couple years between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
There was a couple more years, maybe 3 between 2 and 3.
Yep.
And then there was probably the biggest gap was up until that point was between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And then
So I was still hyped.
yeah.
And in the Tommy angle, I was just like, yeah, I remember being like, y'all don't need.
I like the fact that it was a street fight.
That was
but
the only thing.
But it was.
But I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care. And
It
I
was
hated Tommy. Even when Tommy was on his side,
Yeah.
Tommy was not likable as a character.
Nah, I just didn't like Tommy, man.
He had the mullet and stuff.
Yeah.
He would have called you a nigga for sure.
For sure, man. I can see it happening.
For sure.
They'll knock you out when you gonna do something about it. Hey, who you calling it? Because he was knocking cats out in real life.
He was a loose cannon, man.
He was.
For real.
He was wild. He was a wild boy, dog.
I did remember feeling bad for Rocky. I was like, you cannot fight this dude. He's young.
I always feel bad for Rocky.
Oh, Rocky.
Rocky Balboa is such a nice guy, man.
Yes.
As a character?
He's a lovable loof.
Yeah.
And then he gets beat
Oh,
up.
man.
That's why the Creed movies, low-key, did he win an Oscar for one of them?
He got nominated for the first Creed.
The punched up older Rocky,
Yeah.
I would lost it all.
Yeah.
Don't even want to do this anymore. Sylvester Stallone played that role
Oh, for sure.
perfectly.
Mhm.
I remember being like, man, this dude,
When
his
he
life
lost it all,
sucks.
it was like, dang.
And he never got it back good.
Not really, no.
It's really a tragic story with a little piece of
Yeah.
good.
He was rich. In
How did
3.
the movie get lost? What was it, gambling?
Yep.
Gambling?
Gambling and squandering and making bad deals.
The bad
His
investment
brother-in-law
deals
was
would get
trash. His brother-in-law was trash from the jump.
He was. He was treating Adrian terrible.
Tough.
We just rewatched it with the boys. We had to stop because there's some non-consensual stuff that wouldn't fly today. When Rocky goes to Adrian's apartment, he puts his hand on the door, blocks her. And just give me a kiss, man. Then give me a kiss. The boys were like, hey, we were taught. It was cringe city talk.
Wait, Rocky was saying that to Adrian?
Rocky blocks her.
Oh.
And he's like, I just want to, you ain't got to go nowhere. Just give me a kiss. Come on.
Were they already together?
No, this is the first date.
Oh, man.
And he goes to kiss her. She's like, and he's like, no, I'll take it. And the kids were like, come on, man. But Isaiah looked at her. He's like, man, when was this made?
Yeah.
I was like, 70s. 70s. This is
a
okay.
different time, man.
I was like, Rocky,
Men was just taking it then. They was just like, no, you go give me this.
You at the door block.
I know you shy.
I paused it. And I was like, now listen, boys, this is what we talk about consent. Because she does not want to be here.
Right.
You never want to block her in. Man, this is a crime.
Tough.
This is a crime. So we just.
She had social anxiety the whole time.
She did. We didn't go back to
This is who Adrian was. Crippling shyness.
Crippling.
He like, yeah.
It's terrible.
Hey, Rocky.
All right, who we got next? This is where it's going to get tough. We got Drago, Clubber Lang, and Creed.
I'm going to go Drago.
Next?
Yeah. Cause
Over Clubber Lang?
Because outside of him actually killing Apollo Creed and him being heartless, man.
Really?
I was like 13, 12.
You couldn't take it? Dog, the thing that messed me up.
He was so great in that movie.
Yeah. The thing about that scene, that was an exhibition bout.
Yeah.
That wasn't even scheduled for 12. It was supposed to be three rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And and the black dude.
Oh, yeah. Throw the down. Throw the damn down, man. We always use that meme, man. Throw the damn down.
Oh, man.
But outside of the way Drago was set up, is minimal personality there. It's like if he dies, he dies. It's just this is what we do. I like Drago better in the Creed movies because we get to see him as a human being.
A good point.
But it was just like as a villain, the stakes, of course, are there.
That's what I was gonna say.
The stakes are, yeah,
and the intimidation factor.
Yeah,
because of like Drago was like towering, or like Clubber Lang and Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, they're better boxers,
right?
But they were, like, not physically imposing to Rocky. So when he was fighting Creed, I was like, this is believable.
Right.
When Drago was fighting him, I was like, and he killed Creed.
Who
was a better boxer than Rocky.
Yeah.
But now he's a murderous exhibitioner killer. But also, if I'm being honest, that's the first Rocky movie I saw.
Okay.
And then I went back. You know what I'm saying? But I won't argue because I feel like Clubber Lang
is killing him in personality, though, man. Clubber Lang was just he busted out of the pages of the script. It was just
and
like,
Mr. T was at his apex.
This is what made him a star.
Yes, First of all, he was so good, like as an actor.
Yeah. And
even more than the A-Team. I love the A-Team.
Yeah.
B.A. Baracus, big fan.
Right.
But as Clubber Lang, I was like, man, this man he's hell-bent.
We had to get more of him. We was like, yo, I need more Mr. T.
He was coming to the press conferences.
Yeah.
He wasn't waiting his turn.
I believe
He was like, no, man, shut up, fight me now. He's like, hey, man. He had the Mr. T haircut.
Yeah. I was like, yo, this dude is wild.
Man. I love Drago, though.
Drago is great. He's a great villain, but he's one note.
He's a robot.
Yeah. He is a robot. And he had all the stuff.
Yeah.
You know? I think what I love about it, and I agree personality-wise, the stakes seem the highest with Drago.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because we lost somebody.
We lost somebody.
For the first time, somebody died.
Yes.
Well, I think Mickey died in like the third one.
But
he wasn't murdered. It was just like he was old. Lost. We knew it was coming.
Right. And then Drago had no remorse for the murder.
Yeah. If he dies, he dies.
I said, Rocky, you got to get him, man.
This is cold.
What year was that? 90?
What, for Rocky 4? 87?
Was it?
86 or
Rocky
87?
4 was 85.
It was 85?
Yeah, and then the Rocky 5 was 90.
Oh, so that was a big gap.
Yeah, that was a 5. Everything has 3 years except for Rocky 4 and 5. That's the
Rocky
biggest.
4 is older than I thought it was.
Dang, my aunt had all these movies on
That's 85.
VHS.
Dang, I was thinking it was 87. But now that I think about it.
I'm gonna go with you.
Also, Eye of the Tiger theme song was pretty great in that movie too. That definitely helped.
Rocky, wait, Eye of the Tigers and Rocky 3?
No, it's 4.
That's 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's where Rocky was the most. I was the most in.
That's my favorite Rocky.
He was like, man, I'm going to Russia.
Yeah.
I'm chopping trees. I'm running through the snow. I'm all alone. He
Yeah.
didn't even have nobody in the camp with him. He
Yeah.
was dolo in Russia. Like, I'm about to take. It's very much Miracle on Ice. We going against the Soviets. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It had all those elements.
It was 80s for sure.
And then Drago had the tall Russian wife.
Oh yeah, Bridget Nielsen.
Man, I liked her.
Bridget Nielsen, she was the woman of the moment.
Didn't he marry her, Rocky?
Well, I think that was
Yeah,
Sylvester
they were
Stallone's wife.
together.
He married her for. He was like, girl, now listen, I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
let me get
everything.
in on
Let me
this.
get in on the love for
Come
the
on, man.
rib.
Hey, what we trying to do?
All right, so I feel like you're gonna go Clubber Lang next.
Clubber Lang.
You got to go
Yep,
Clubber.
Clubber Lang is next.
Clubber Lang got to go
He
next.
that number 2 spot. He that number 2 spot, dog. And of course,
And Creed.
Apollo Creed is number 1.
Oh, what a great.
Because he morphed into, like I always say, the best villains have layers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he went from villain to a great friend to a mentor to
Yeah.
a partner. It was just, and he got he is the reason for the spinoff. And I was rooting for Apollo Creed.
Were you?
Yeah.
In the
I was
first
just
one?
like, man, I like Apollo Creed. I don't want him to lose. So it was like,
The movie's written for you to like Rocky. Tony was like, man, watch out, man. I'm on the train
it was
Apollo.
hard for me to root against Apollo Creed.
He was so mad at Rocky when he just got close.
Yeah.
He was like, fight him again. I need him right now. I got it. Then he lost.
Yeah.
Also, rest in peace, Carl Weathers, man.
Carl Weathers, man.
Carl Weathers was an amazing actor. One of my favorite things he was when he was in Happy Gilmore
Oh, yeah.
with the hand.
No, that was so funny.
Those
dog.
type of gags,
That
I'm
was so
never
funny.
too old for 'em.
He was like, he was using that hand, and that made it so funny to me. He was like, he got me, but I got his eye, though. He was tapping the jar.
The hand was so big,
It was
man.
a bad hand. Because it made his arm look super long in the sweater. I was like, who gave him this hand?
Dog, I was crying at that.
Chubbs Peterson.
He was in that movie a lot too.
He was.
He was always in the back.
Yep.
He was the mentor, wasn't he?
Yeah. Something was always happening to that hand throughout the movie. It got crushed when he tried to shake it and he was gluing it back together. And then it got knocked off and then run over and then he had to piece it back
my
together.
God.
Come on, man. There is no tomorrow. That line from Apollo Creed, there is no tomorrow. You felt that in your spirit.
Man, he was also really good. Was it Predator he was in?
Yes.
Yeah, he
Action
was-
Jackson.
Him and Arnold have the strong handshake.
I use that so often.
Oh, top 10
I
gifs.
use that.
I sent it
gif
to Black today, like,
all
who
the
is the
time.
white man? I'm Carl Weathers in the gif. Whoever sends it's Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Because he's got the smile. Also, thick stash, man.
Oh, yeah. for
Carl
sure.
Weathers came in with the 80s.
He reminded me of my dad,
He
man.
had that, like,
Yep.
that's your father's, that mustache full of coffee
Yes.
and regret.
Yep. He was a man. He was a man.
That was a man.
He was a man. The Action Jackson, man, he had Vanity with him. She was fine as hell. He flipping over taxi cabs. It was just great.
Yeah.
Carl
You know what?
Weathers,
Since
man.
we're here, let's just do the Creed villains separately.
Okay.
Just not Rocky's box. So Creed, we got what? He had Drago's son was the second
The
Creed.
second Creed.
Okay. So Drago number 2, which basically he did the same thing his dad had without the Russia
Mm-hmm.
thing. First one,
Who was that
well, he
first
lost
fighter?
to Danny Wheeler. And he just got beat up in the
Victor
gym.
Drago is the guy.
Yeah, Victor Drago's the
Drago
son.
is-
Who's the villain? So the third one is Jonathan Major's character,
Yeah.
Dominic,
Ricky
I believe.
Conlon is the first movie.
Who?
Ricky Conlon.
Oh,
Okay.
sure is. He was a real boxer, I think, too.
So we put him last.
Yeah, he's out of here.
He already last.
Yeah.
And
Drago, really, his son had the same setup without the Flair.
Same setup as what?
Like the son of Drago versus the son of Creed, but we didn't have the Russia.
They
Yeah.
went for like
versus-
an MMA feel.
Yes.
They were
For sure.
underdogs for sure.
Yeah.
So now you know when they were gearing up to fight Creed, you was sympathetic to them because it was gritty where they were training, and
Yeah.
you know the family shunned them and ousted them because they
Yeah.
failed, and it was just like, oh, y'all turn y'all back on him because he failed. So now all of a sudden you feeling sorry for Drago.
You
You're
rooting-
like, wait a minute.
You're rooting for them again.
Hold on, man. You killed Apollo Creed, but now I'm over here like, man, they did you dirty, man, just because you lost. And then, of course, Jonathan Majors would be
What's
first.
his Dom?
Damian Anderson.
Damien. He was.
Yeah. He was
That's not
good
nearly
in
as
that.
exciting as Rock.
No, because it's just easy.
It's easy work.
That's super easy.
All right. Next up, we got the Mount Rushmore of comedians in dramatic roles. I don't even know if Mount Rushmore is enough, but we can try.
Okay.
So
Comedians in dramatic roles.
comedians in dramatic roles, we need the best four, the top four comedians in dramatic roles.
Robin Williams,
Good Will Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting.
That's what I was gonna say. That's
out the
my
gate.
first.
Let's just cut the shit.
You can't get him off.
Let's cut the shit right here, right
He
now.
not being funny.
Robin Williams could low key take up the whole Mount Rushmore by himself.
He
if we let
could,
him.
but you can't because
Dead
Eddie
Poets
Murphy.
Society, Robin Williams, and Good Morning Vietnam.
But he was a little funnier than that. He was
he
yelling.
was on the funny side.
Yeah, but Eddie Murphy,
Murphy.
as Jimmy Early,
Yeah.
you won't take it from me
Okay.
because Eddie Murphy hit them like he hit the doldrums.
Yeah.
Up 10 years of solid. It's full. It's dramatic. He's dramatic.
They kind of silly in that though.
He has charisma, but it gets to the
It
sad
gets
part.
it gets to the nitty gritty, but he's silly in that. Jamie Foxx and Ray is solidified.
Okay, now that's
Yeah,
He won an
on
Oscar
there.
for that.
He on there,
okay. I'll put Jamie there.
no question.
Literally, I still can't believe Jamie Foxx had Ray and Collateral in the same year.
Nominated for both.
That was Collateral for me. Don't get talked about enough. Of
Yeah.
how good of a movie that was.
Collateral's a good time.
Him and Tom Cruise were equally matched acting wise.
Yeah, for sure.
In there,
Tom Cruise was good in that.
What as an assassin
Yeah.
with no
Yep. I don't buy them thwarting him in the end.
No, 1,000%.
like,
That was like
what?
Tom Cruise should have won. He
Yeah,
should have killed
Tom
Jamie
Cruise
Foxx
shoulda
and
won.
walked out the street
For
bloody.
sure.
And Jamie Foxx should have
Sure.
never got
There's
the limousine.
no way Jamie Foxx is gonna beat an
It took
assassin
him
like
3
this.
murders to figure out what was happening.
No.
He throwing people out the windows. I was like, he looked like almost like an anime villain. Anime, they be having the blood on the face.
Yeah.
When he got shot and he came out with the blood with the gray hair,
Right.
I was like, this
There's
nigga
no
not
way.
finna die.
He was too efficient.
And
throughout
it
the
took him a
whole
long
movie.
time to die on the train.
Mhm.
When he was still riding. He was
Yeah. I mean, I know they had to do it, but we was like, nah, man.
if that movie ended with Tom Cruise winning, I'd have been like, this probably would have
That's
happened.
realistic.
They already told you the story of the other time that happened
Right.
in his life. Like,
Sorry,
you think-
Jada. You were a mark.
I
You were
love
Mark.
that. My favorite part of that movie is when Tom Cruise told Jamie Foxx, "Man, you ain't never finna open that limo business, man. Shut the hell up.
Hell no.
You ain't saving for no
He was
permit."
bullshitting. Tom was right.
He was.
People be bullshitting.
Jamie's like, he's got to get the permits, I got the insurance, got to get the paperwork. He was like, man, you ain't doing nothing. You gonna be driving this taxi forever. If you wanted to do it, you would have did it. Jamie was like,
You did it already.
you're right, man.
You would have done it.
I'm finna start driving hard now.
And people don't be wanting to hear it.
They don't want to hear, but Jamie took it to heart. And he hope he better had opened it up now.
Right there.
Come on, Tony, get it together.
My bad.
You're good now.
Boom. We back in business.
All right.
So we got Jamie and
Robin-
Ray. We got Robin Williams and Goodwill Hunting.
Yep.
I like Adam Sandler and Uncut Gems a lot.
I
I feel like he got snubbed by the Oscars.
Okay. I wasn't thinking that, but that movie was a good time.
And that's not his first foray in
No, it's
dramatic
not.
woods, but that movie right there.
That
he was great.
booty cheeks clenched
Yeah, this
Whole
is stress.
film. That movie I
stressed
watched
me
it by
out.
myself in Sacramento. Me and Tahir had a show that day, and I had my booty cheeks clenched because
Yeah.
it's high octane
It's,
to the very end.
your nerves are on frazzle.
Dog, I was
Tony
like,
Baker and Whiplash. Y'all some cold pieces, man.
oh, this is it.
My
You
silhouette.
right, Aaron. Monique and Precious.
Oh, well, then there we go. Eddie Murphy not making the cut.
This is what happened to him at the Oscars.
Eddie Murphy.
Hold
not
on,
making
let
the
me just
cut.
write Monique.
Monique.
Okay,
and
Eddie Murphy
Precious.
can't push Robin off of
No.
Good Will Hunting.
Mm-mm.
It's not your fault. No, man, get away from each other. Hey,
Robin Williams
not
is
your fault.
solidified.
hey, man, don't do this to me, man. It's not your fault. Matt Damon broke.
Man.
I just watch that sometimes when I want to be sad.
yeah.
I'd be like, it's not your fault. Don't do this to me.
Robin Williams.
He just kept getting close. It's not your fault. Hey.
Robin Williams is the blueprint for me for a
Yeah.
comedian doing dramatic roles. He's the
Yeah.
blueprint.
What about Kevin Hart
True story?
in True Story?
Or in the one with Bryan Cranston.
The other side? The upside.
The Upside. Kevin was great in both of those.
I feel like we got to throw the honorable mentions for them. I don't think
I mean,
either
it's not
of
making the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, because
but
True Story is technically it's not a movie,
yeah,
but it's a dramatic role.
right.
But Kevin Hart in True Story was 100%.
Kevin
believable.
Hart's best movies to me are True Story and The Upside.
Me too. As an actor, I
Yeah.
was like, and I don't like. I think to me, other than those, I like him in Think Like a Man.
Oh, he was great in Think
He
Like
was
a Man.
perfectly
He-
slotted
yeah.
in Think Like a Man.
Yeah.
I feel like some movies sway too much of his comedic personality, and they go into like zany and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
And others like The Lift had like none of his
right.
comedic personality, but not dramatic enough to be like, oh, he's not playing that. He's just kind of in this weird in between space.
Yeah,
But
he was a scene stealer in Think Like a Man.
Think Like a Man, he was perfect. Same thing with 40-Year-Old Virgin. He's in one scene,
Yeah,
and it's just
That
up there
scene
right
is
under Kelly
great.
Clarkson.
yeah.
First of all, I don't understand what you're saying, so I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
Watch your mouth and help me with the sale.
Oh. You want a nigga? Nigga here now. Gold.
He thought he was running things in smart tech. That whole exchange is just brilliance. I love it. This your man right here? This your man? All right, I'll come back. Both y'all niggas getting clapped up.
Like I could see, I was like, he gonna be a star.
Yeah.
So Kevin Hart, we're gonna give him an honorable mention. And who's the other one we said? Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
I don't think.
I feel like Jim Carrey should be in there.
Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh.
Eternal Sunshine.
I don't
is
like
a
that movie as much as everybody else, but I respect it.
dramatic. Oh snap! Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg wasn't a.
Ooh.
Whoopi Goldberg was a stand-up.
Whoopi Goldberg in The Color Purple.
Yeah.
Ah man.
Let's look back at this.
All right, let's
mountaintop.
put the list up, man.
Let's look back
Hold
at the
on.
mountaintop.
All right, Adam Sandler's out.
I
You gotta take Adam
replace.
out.
We'll take Adam out and
Adam's
put Whoopi
out.
in there.
Whoopi's got to go in. She deserved an Oscar for that.
She did.
You wouldn't even know she was a comedian ever.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
not.
100%.
I'm sorry, Adam.
Yeah.
Your honorable mention.
Yeah, Whoopi got to be on there because that Color Purple performance was just perfect.
She was killing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting. We
Yep.
got Jamie Foxx in Ray. We got Whoopi in Color Purple.
Yes.
We got Monique in Precious.
Yes.
Honorable mention, Second Mountain. Kevin Hart
Are we doing Second
in
Mountain?
True Story.
Are we doing Second Mountain?
Eddie Murphy in Dreamgirls. And Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
No, Whoopi and Ghost, no.
Did she win an Oscar for that?
She won an Oscar for it,
But it was
no.
a gimme back?
Yeah, that was a give me back win.
Yeah.
She was good in Ghost, don't get me wrong. But Oscar, come on.
And Jim Carrey, he low key, this is not a dramatic role, but Jim Carrey in Truman Show is a masterclass in his ability of acting. It's not as like when he was in The Mask, I was like, all right.
I didn't like
I
The Mask.
love Jim Carrey, but that zany was like,
didn't like The
it was
Mask.
wooga wooga, eyes.
Mm.
It was too much.
Mm.
Dumb and Dumber is like my favorite Jim Carrey movie. Cable Guy is also
I like Cable Guy more than most people.
No, I love it. You
Yeah.
like more than Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
What?
Dumb and Dumber, for me.
You don't like silly, man.
For me,
You need to give up, and you like serious comedy. You need silly.
I'll say this. I am guilty of like, all right, if I feel like you trying to make me laugh, I'm gonna be like, you trying too hard. And for me, it felt like Jim Carrey was always trying too hard. So initially, Ace Ventura, I was like, man, you doing too much. But then when I went back to Ace Ventura later, I was like, yo, this is funny. But The Mask, I was still to this day.
The
Like,
Mask
I
is a
don't
lot.
fuck with The Mask. But
The Mask
and
is a
then
lot.
I recently watched Dumb and Dumber like a month ago,
Holds up.
and I was just like, all right, this is cool, but because I did a poll, what y'all like better, Dumb and Dumber or There's Something About Mary? And surprisingly, Dumb and Dumber won. And I was just
shouldn't
like,
be a surprise.
I was like, man, There's Something About Mary is way funnier to me.
No, and I
Absolutely.
love There's Something About Mary.
Man, There's
You
Something About
forgetting
Mary.
how many funny things happen in Dumb and Dumber, Tone.
I just watched it.
Then you forgot since then.
I just watched
Our
it.
pets' heads are falling off. They taped the bird's head back. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. You can't triple. He peed. Jim Carrey had 2 gloves on. He's like, man, my hands are cold. Take this extra pair. He's like, you had 2 pairs? He said, it's the winter time. Like, come on, man.
Those is minimal laughs.
Nah,
man.
big gulps, huh?
Come on, man.
Well, see you later.
Franks and Beans, he was masturbating.
Franks and Beans.
There's something about Mary wastes no time with the jokes. This is in the beginning.
Franks and Beans.
How'd you get the beans about the Frank? Man, what's going on, man? Everybody just coming, the fireman in the window. Take a look at what this numbnuts did. Holy shit! And it was just like, he was masturbating. He in the community yelling. Why is he yelling this?
Keith David was so funny.
Oh my God.
Cameron
dog.
Diaz with the nut in her hair.
Yes. And then the plot twist at the end,
Yeah,
that's a
Brett
comedy.
Favre.
That's a comedy with a great ending.
It is. I love that movie. Don't get me wrong.
There's
Don't
something
mistake.
about Mary is,
But Dumb and Dumber is funny, man.
it's funny, but it was all right.
Nah, man. I won't do this podcast if you take it back.
I wasn't laughing that hard, man. But There's Something About Mary is one of the best
Ben
comedies ever
Stiller
made
fits
to me.
perfect in
Oh,
that.
he was great.
That is his thing. Low-key, you ain't watched Apple Plus TV show that he's directing, executive producing,
Oh no, I was wondering what
where they
Ben
have
was
their
up to.
brand. They got one personality on the outside and another personality at work. Patreon, please help me.
Ben Stiller,
Ben Stiller directed and executive produced, but he's not in it. Adam something's in it.
Adam Driver.
No.
Severance?
Severance.
Oh, Severance. That's Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
Oh, okay.
Produced and direct. You need to watch it, Tone.
Okay.
It's
You've
a
been telling
slow
me about
burn.
that for a minute.
You ain't been listening.
This is Ben Stiller, huh?
It's Ben Stiller.
Is he in it or just behind the
Just
scenes?
behind the scenes.
Okay.
But it's
He's been a
good.
behind the scenes type of guy for a long time.
Yeah. All
Um,
right, so we feel strongly about that. I can't see Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, or Jim replacing Monique's that performance
yeah,
in Precious is
yeah. It
she-
was
Oscar.
Hey,
I mean,
y'all keep
she won-
saying Mike Epps and Sparkle. No, I see y'all. No,
Nah.
y'all can keep saying it, but no.
Nah, man, you good. I did like Jim Carrey Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but it's not the top 4. Shoot, 3 of the 4 of these people won Oscars.
That's yeah, and I don't care what anybody says. That Ghost Oscar was for The Color Purple.
Yeah, right.
That Ghost Oscar was for The Color Purple. Nothing about that role in Ghost screams Oscar.
Nah,
Win.
I get you. I'm with you.
She was a good time. She stole scenes, but it wasn't like Oscar
No.
worthy.
Is that You're in Danger, Girl?
yeah,
That's
Molly, you in danger, girl.
Yeah, she was good.
She was really good in
She
it.
was
But
great.
Oscar,
No. Color Purple was a snub, which is I told you that's my issue with the Oscars.
they was like,
Stop
yo,
doing that.
we fumbled with The Color Purple. Here's your Oscar. back.
Yeah, nah. All right, y'all. That's enough for today. We'll see you next week. This is a podcast disguised for me and Tony to talk about movies. We'll fit other stuff in, but we always gonna figure out a way to talk about some movies. All right, we'll see you next time.